The music is fun, the scene is hopping, so why not create a TV show around Texas red dirt music? That is exactly what Justin Frazell has done, and he recently sat down with Susie for a chat. Take a look.
We've got a new show that just debuted last Thursday right here on KTXD, and it's all about the Texas red dirt music scene. It's called Lone Star Roads, and the host, Justin Frazell, is joining us now to tell us more, because I know this is a dream of yours to have a show like this. How did this transpire?
Susie, thank you for having me this morning. To be honest with you, Donnie Nelson, who's a friend of mine, we've been friends for years, and Donnie's, of course, from the Mavericks. He and I have been discussing the idea of partnering together on something for years now. And Donnie got a phone call from KTXD about an idea for a new show, and then Donnie called me, and then we came to KTXD, and we said, well, this is the show that we'd like to do. And next thing you know, we're shooting a brand new TV show. And
it's about Texas music.
Yes, ma'am.
You call it red dirt music.
Yes, ma'am. It's got a full title of Texas Red Dirt Music, and that encompasses an independent brand of country music.
Define it for me.
Well, Texas music are artists that mainly are from the state of Texas.
Okay.
And the red dirt side, the way it started years ago, were artists that were mainly from the state of Oklahoma.
It's a combination of
yes, ma'am.
Oh, how fantastic! Because we're cousins. The
That's
Texans
right.
and the Oklahomans, we're cousins. We've got the same spirit.
Only separated by a Red River.
Isn't that the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
I think that is fantastic. What made you want to go down that road?
Well, it's the road that I've been on for the past 16 years since I started in the radio business back in 1996. That's the brand of music that I've always championed, is a Texas Red Dirt music brand.
What were you doing before 96?
I was in college at Lamar University in Beaumont, Texas. Go Big Red.
So you went into radio after you got out of college?
Yes, ma'am. I interned in the spring of 1996. I went back to Lamar to graduate in the winter of 1996. In between that was Thanksgiving break. Went back to the program director and said, don't forget that I graduate in December. And literally his words were, I thought we already hired you.
Oh my gosh.
And I said, no, you didn't. He said, well, when you graduate in December, you've got a job.
How?
It made that last month of college so much more fun than the previous 3 years.
So when did you get out of Beaumont?
1996, December 22nd.
So you were out and gone.
Yeah, I walked off the stage with a diploma, and 4 days later, I was actually in the locker room with the Dallas Mavericks doing interviews.
Wait a minute, you got hired through, to do with the Mavericks? Is that how you guys met?
The first station that I was on here in Dallas was 570 KLIF AM.
KLIF.
And I was working under Norm Hitchcock at the time.
That's right.
And they were doing sports then.
That's exactly right.
So that's what I did.
So you got under Norm, who is just a legend and institution.
Absolutely.
I just think that's terrific. And I worked with Ron Chapman for 20
Another
years.
legend.
And also from KLIF.
Yes, ma'am.
Who then went to KVIL.
Yeah, my mom and dad were so tickled that I was working for Cliff because they used to listen to Ron Chapman, and they would drive downtown in their cars and watch Ron through the windows there in the downtown studios.
And you know what? The golden days of radio.
Yes, ma'am.
Just golden. But the days are still shining brightly now with this new show that you're going to do for KTXD. Tell me about how it's going to be formatted and what you're excited about.
Well, what we're going to do is you can obviously see these artists, these Texas Red Dirt artists, Fridays and Saturdays, sometimes Mondays through Saturdays on stage. And that's just about the close of a relationship that you have to them. But the cool thing about this brand of music is that the artists are real approachable and real personable.
Yes.
And they like to visit and be involved with their fan base. So we're going to bring them onto the show, and we're going to start to pull the layers back of the artist and hear stories about their careers, about their lives on and off the stage.
Are you live?
Yes, ma'am.
And the performances will be live?
Yes, ma'am.
That is, and
we'll sit down on a couch like this and just, chew the fat, so to speak. And
is it going to be on once a week or 5 days a week?
What I understand, and this TV business is all brand new to me.
Me too.
I'm used to hiding behind a microphone in a radio station. But it'll air Thursday nights at 7 o'clock here on KTXD, and then again on Saturdays, I think at 11. And then again at midnight into Sunday, and then Sundays again at noon.
That is phenomenal.
I'm really
excited. So happy you've got that dream come true.
Yeah, I'm extremely excited.
And you're still staying in radio.
Yes, ma'am, every morning.
Every morning, and tell us about where so we can hear you there.
Yes, ma'am. It's over got a station out of Fort Worth called The Ranch. That's 95.9 FM. And we recently celebrated an upgrade. We went to a 100,000 watt station, and now we cover the entire Dallas-Fort Worth market. And I do the morning show with two other folks, Charlotte Corn, who is a Texas singer-songwriter.
Oh, that's great.
Who will be on the TV show eventually.
Terrific.
And then Ron Moore is our traffic guy. And so the three of us get together every morning, 5:30 a.m. till 10 a.m.
All right, we'll be checking you. And one thing, you can catch the next episode of Lone Star Roads right here on KTXD. We're proud to have them aboard. This is on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Find them on Facebook and Twitter too at Lone Star Roads. Oh, Justin, welcome aboard.